The Warriors are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Cavaliers are within striking distance at the half. The emphasis was on the 3-ball to open this game. Actually, that's how they score most of their points. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust if their success from long range doesn't continue in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Rebounds.
While there isn't a stat for effort, you can certainly use offensive rebounds as part of the formula. These squads have been attacking the offensive glass and keeping possessions alive. And here we got the first half stats for you.
Player of the half.
Klay Thompson is the leading scorer, an obvious pick for this award. He started this game hot, putting up most of his points in the opening quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if he exceeds that mark at some point in the second half. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Welcome back to the Quicken Loans Arena for the second half. Along with Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Cleveland's in the midst of another tight contest. They've been playing from behind the whole first half, but they're really right there.
But you need somebody to step forward offensively to carry the load, carry the burden, particularly if it's close down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Who is it going to be?
Golden State's effort and energy has been just excellent this evening, Jeff.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch. Sometimes you get a regular season game where the energy is low, the passion is even lower, they're tired, the fatigue, but today it's been all good. They are putting on an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
The Cavs with the offensive rebound for a new 24. Hits the three. Cleveland shooting 36% from the three-point line tonight.
We're seeing a lot of offensive energy on the floor from both of these teams with terrific ball movement.
Thompson into the front court. Steph Curry's been the MVP candidate, but Klay Thompson, sometimes he gets overshadowed on how many things he does for this team, Jeff.
You can make a strong argument that Klay Thompson is the best two-guard in the league when you factor in his defensive ability. He is so improved defensively from when he first came into the league to now. He can guard point guards. We've seen him match up in the playoffs with Chris Paul. You can see him taking threes. He can lock down twos. I don't think Klay Thompson will ever get his just due because defense is far too often overlooked.
Jeff, we've talked so much about LeBron James, the championships, the MVPs, the incredible numbers. Sometimes we forget he's just a great team player.
Who, Mike? Who, Mike? LeBron James? I haven't heard of him. We haven't talked about him very often, have we, over the last decade or so, that we talk about him on every broadcast, whether he's playing or not? Listen, the crux of this guy is this. He's a global brand, but at heart, he's all about the team.
Irving against Curry. James, it's good. And a foul. Anderson Varejao picks up his first foul of the night.
That's a dunk you tell your grandkids about when you're old and gray, finishing through contact with ferocity.
James shooting one.
And that completes the three-point play. Sends it to the corner. Iguodala jump shot. Misses from beyond the arc. And the defense gives it. They must have heard you, Jeff. They finally call a timeout.
I was about to get on my knees and beg them to take a timeout. Finally, they did. They called it, and now they're able to break the momentum of this run.
Jeff, we spoke earlier about Klay Thompson being underrated. Reminds you a little bit like Scottie Pippen playing under the shadow of Jordan, or James Worthy under the shadow of Magic.
Are you kidding, Mike? Did you just compare Steph Curry to Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson? Is that what just happened here? Are you kidding me?
He's one of the best shooters we've ever seen. Why not?
Hey, message to Mike. They dominated over a long period of time. Stop the nonsense.
Golden State's providing some real energy in this game, Jeff. From their perspective, what's been the key?
Sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent, and that is what we're seeing here tonight. The intensity off the charts.
Coach think it's time for a change. You're going to have some substitutions right now.
Stepping in for the Warriors.
Jeff, earlier we talked about LeBron James. One thing we forget, he just loves to play.
And that's what it comes down to, Mike. This can be a very boring profession if you don't love the game of basketball. And people out there, fans, say, what do you mean if they don't love it? Listen, not every NBA basketball player loves the process and the lifestyle that comes with being an NBA player. They don't love the game. They love what the game brings them. They don't love the game of basketball itself. James does love it, and that's why, to me, he's been able to maintain such a high standard of play over the course of his career.
Back out to the perimeter. Knocks down a three-pointer. Golden State's 11 for 16 from the perimeter.
The ball movement in this game has been phenomenal, forcing a lot of defensive rotations and ultimately a lot of passes leading to direct scores.
Irving draws the double. Two-pointer won't go. Jeff, Klay Thompson had that magical game last year when he had an NBA record, 37 points in a single quarter. Remember, he beat the record set by George Gervin and Carmelo Anthony. That was a special night.
It was incredible to watch. When you look back at the 9 3-point shots that he got, there was only one lucky bounce. I mean, he was so pure in that quarter. I wish I was there to enjoy it with the Oracle crowd.
Shumpert making the defense work with excellent ball movement. Tries the reverse layup. Oh, nice touch from LeBron James.
This isn't like the YMCA layup line. This is like real life. As you go in to try to finish, defense is coming over. This is spontaneous. The ability to adjust, contort, and still finish is a special, special gift.
Throws it up high. To Curry. Curry for two. Shoots away. Boy, is he in the zone. All right, the guys in the truck are ready. Here's that replay for you. Golden State's leading Cleveland by a score of 57 to 53. Slams it home.
Oh, look at the athleticism exploding up to finish with the hammer.
James set to bring it up. Slams it down. And here's the replay with another look at that spectacular dunk. What a crowd pleaser. Iguodala. And here's the double. 3/4 complete. And the score is tied. We'll have more Friday night NBA from ESPN.